You're listening to the Blue Collar Nerd Podcast.
These aren't the tradesmen you're looking for. You can go about your business. Move along.
All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the Blue Collar Nerd Podcast. I'm the Plumber Lori, and I have Vader the Plumber. How you doing, man?
Hey, buddy. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been. And I got Nick Electric here. How's it going, man?
Yo, just chilling. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. It has been a very long time. I think the last time we were all on here together was in the summer, probably the end of the summer. We got a lot to catch up on. I know for the people that are listening, it's been a while. Me, Vader, and Nick, we've all been chatting behind the scenes here. We just wanted to record an episode and do a Christmas special before we hit the ground running with the new year. So how's everybody doing?
Good. Been busy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, crazy busy. Got all them Christmas deadlines.
Yeah, both of you guys got snow and stuff, I'm assuming, by now, right?
Oh, yeah. We're getting hit pretty hard right now. They got a bunch of roads closed in Wyoming.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's here in Georgia. It's mainly, if it's not cold, and cold by our standards is 30 to 35 degrees. And that's just mainly from morning till about 11 a.m. And then it warms up to about 59, 60 degrees in the afternoon. But if it's not doing that, it's raining here. So no snow yet, but my kids are really hoping that it snows this year.
Damn. Like I said, that sounds nice.
I don't know what those numbers mean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, those are called freedom units.
I'm not even going to bother converting it. What do you like? Yeah. I'm hoping it snows because like last time it actually snowed here in Georgia. My oldest had just been born and he was only 2 or 3 months old. And he's 7 now. So it's been a while.
Jeez.
Are you guys like Texas where when it freezes, you get a lot of calls as a plumber?
Yeah, our company's gotten a couple freeze ups and we get bombarded with them when it gets below freezing, but it has to stay that way for longer than 24 hours. If it's just a little below freezing for overnight and then it warms up the next day, we don't really get many at all. It's got to stay cold long enough.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because it's got to hit that freeze line.
Yeah, so areas like outside walls and things like that, you guys don't have to worry about because all your stuff is obviously plumbed to resist that kind of thing. Where our stuff's like hose bibs are all on the outside walls and all our water lines in the ground should be between 12 and 18 inches, and some of this stuff's 5 inches in the ground. So I don't get too many stuff like out in like the soil because the temperature in the ground stays pretty warm long enough and it doesn't freeze. But the majority of the stuff that starts popping is like attic spaces and outside walls, basically.
Yeah, I was going to say like my mom's hot water tank in Florida is in her garage.
Yep.
Whoa.
So usually those garages are
Unheated, yeah.
insulated.
Yeah, and that was my next thing is that what I'll find out when I cut the drywall is that it was even insulated incorrectly. So a lot of times they'll throw the insulation down. Let's say you have the pipe coming down. The insulation isn't between the pipe and the wall. They literally put the insulation on the outside of the pipe, basically trapping cold air right there with the pipe in the middle. So it's going to freeze. We've had to tell customers and stuff how to drain their lines down and everything and prepare.
Yeah, we still, even here, we get freeze ups. It's usually if a building loses heat or something.
Yeah.
Power outages because of bad weather, then that's when we'll get freeze ups.
Yeah, no, that's a double. I think it happened up in, I know that Boston and a few other guys were posting because they had where either the power went out or something like that and there was no heat on in the homes. So then all their like the radiators and things like that, all that stuff was starting to split and freeze. Our code needs to change because the climate is changing. Like it doesn't happen every year, but we get these spurts of severe cold weather. And I'm saying that, I know you guys are laughing, but it's severe for us where the homes aren't built to withstand that kind of thing.
I forgot that I was muted so you couldn't hear my laughter.
But anyway, this is a Christmas special. I wanted to start this thing off with what is everybody's favorite Christmas movie to watch right about now or growing up, either or? I don't know who wants to start this off, Vader or Nick.
One of my favorites is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's a classic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
And the Tim Allen Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
What are you talking about?
We're
Everybody likes Denny's. It's an American institution.
Yep, both of those there's definitely on my must-watch list. Home Alone's right up there with me.
Yep, that's up there.
Be a good little fella now and open the door.
I actually like Home Alone 2 better.
What about you, Nick?
Yeah, Home Alone 2 is definitely the best one out of the 3 or 4 of them.
I actually had this discussion. I was over at my in-laws' house for a Christmas get-together, and we started talking about Home Alones, and a lot of people just put 1 and 2 in there as their favorite, and they're like, yeah, if it doesn't have Macaulay Culkin, I don't want to see it. And I didn't 3 until later in life. I just recently saw 3 in its entirety because I resisted it because it wasn't Macaulay Culkin. And I just saw it and I was like, man, this is actually a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, I actually don't mind 3. It's when you go on to 4 and 5. Those ones are terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't do that. It's like a TV home movie or straight to TV movie type stuff. And yeah, it was...
Shit, I had 3 on VHS, and that was the one we watched all the time.
Oh, 3? Yeah, well, how old are you, Nick? We're just trying to generation-wise.
I'm 33.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. My kids, and I have talked to younger people, is that 3 is like their Home Alone, and 1 and 2 is vintage for them.
I had a talkback, that little thing that Macaulay Culkin...
The Talk Boy?
With the cassette. I had one of those.
Yeah. I own one of those too. I actually just told my wife, because we were watching 2 earlier today while I was cleaning out the fish tank. We had it on in the background, and I was like, I had one of those. She's great. She's great. Anyways, she's basically, she's not sick of them, but I watched those movies, at least I did last year, and I think that's why this year I've only been able to watch them each like once. But I watched the first one, I think a total of 5 times one year when we went right into Christmas season. So I overdid it. I think I made her kind of sick of it.
Yeah. My wife is very adamant that we watch White Christmas every year on Christmas Eve. It's like a family tradition we've been doing for 10 years.
Nice. Yeah,
Now, one you have to watch on Christmas Eve is Die Hard. That is the best Christmas movie ever.
I love Die Hard, yeah. Yeah.
Bruce Willis saving the Christmas party, saving the day, rescuing everybody. And he's such a badass. Like,
it's
best Christmas movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from a Naka Plaza, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't watched Die Hard this year yet, but I do need to see that again. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Polar Express, that's been like a family thing for us. We do that on Christmas Eve. But yeah, and Elf was another one. I started that movie, but I didn't finish it this year, but that was another one that we watched.
Yeah, we just watched Elf today.
Oh, man, I went to a hockey game last night, and they had the Buddy the Elf driving the Zamboni. It was fantastic.
Oh, nice. I just love this time of year, dude. I can't believe Christmas is only like in a week and a half. This stuff kind of flies by. Anyways, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, the DeWalt Impact Connect lineup, what I want to discuss on here, I know that some people that are listening here know that I've posted a couple videos having to do with the lineup, and they've got a couple new attachments this year having to do with PEX piping, and Nick, he has some things that he wanted to say as far as from an electrician's standpoint, and Vader here, he's also been posting some Impact Connect stuff. And we wanted to just go over these attachments and also discuss this feedback that I'm getting from people in the comments section about the tool and just discuss it in a little bit in depth here. Because I try to comment back to people and try to make them understand like where I come from with these attachments. And I know Vader has some things that he wanted to say about it as well. So let's jump right in. They have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm counting those right so far. Yeah. So let's start off with the first 2 that they came out with originally, which was the PVC PEX pipe cutter and the copper pipe cutter. Vader, you got anything you wanted to say about those attachments?
I was going to say, I use them all the time. The copper cutter, people don't realize how ridiculously fast it actually is.
One thing that I've noticed between that and the competition is the speed. Because this thing is basically attached to your impact, the amount of speed that thing can give off, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, like I saw someone posted about the competition. They're like, yeah, I use this, and then I can think about my next move. And I wanted to like post the DeWalt Impact Connect and be like, and like, I don't even have time to think about my next move. Like this is so fast.
Right. And the other cool thing about it, which originally when I was trying out the tool, I didn't realize that you could I realized you could take them out, but I thought it was just, basically from a standpoint of just changing out the 3/4 versus half versus 1 inch.
Yeah.
But you can actually take it out and you can manually use it as an auto cut.
Yeah, as a close cutter.
Yeah.
That is like my go-to close cutter right now.
Right. So that was a great feature of that. And then moving on to the PVC PEX pipe cutter. I don't use this one as often as the copper one, mainly because I would use it on new stuff, but it's the old stuff where it wouldn't matter what brand I was using. I'm just very wary of cutting old PVC with that type of cutter.
I'm the same. Like I use it if I'm doing like commercial work where I'm doing like PVC, XFR, that type of stuff,
Right.
System 15. But like anytime I'm going, like I do a lot of residential where it's ABS, and it does cut ABS. This is Canada where it's cold climate and nothing really that's a ratcheting cutter cuts it.
Right.
So I do like this tool. It does work well. But like you said, it has its applications.
Yeah. And the other one that they came out with, it was the inside pipe cutter.
Yeah.
And
I saw it. That looks cool.
yeah, so
It's another one that it works extremely well if the pipe's in concrete, because then you don't have to worry about destroying your blade by hitting the concrete.
Oh, there you go.
That's a huge plus for me. Doing floor drains or closet flanges that are in concrete slab.
yeah, the material that they made it out of, it's like a mini little grinder blade.
Yeah, like a diamond blade or whatever.
It has the measurements etched out on the side there, so you know the depth and everything that you're at.
See that?
Yeah. So where this one kind of shines over the competition is the material of the blade. It definitely, Bader was saying, if you're trying to cut out a flange in concrete and you accidentally were to hit the concrete with it, you're not going to dull that blade out. So it's pretty nice.
I wonder if they'll ever come out with one for EMT for us to like.
It's definitely worth noting for sure.
For the most part, I just use either like a hacksaw or a sawzall or whatnot. And anyway, I'm just curious if you got to cut a little bit off, like if this would be a little bit quicker and whipping out one of those.
Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to the two new ones. It was the PEX pinch clamp attachment and then the PEX crimp ring attachment, which for those listening that may not use those two different types of rings for PEX pipe, basically you have the pinch clamp one, I call them cinch rings. You just have that tool, you insert it onto the actual cinch ring and you close it up and boom, you're done. But the other one is the PEX crimp ring. That's probably what more people are accustomed to. And it has basically where you can do half or 3/4. It's actually made into the actual tool there.
The copper crimp ring, for my manual one, I have an angled one to get into tight spaces. I've heard people say that this tool's so bulky, but the head turns 360 degrees. And it's almost like needle nose. Like it can get in some pretty tight spaces, probably more than my offset crimper.
Yeah, and
it's pretty manageable.
Yeah, and I have to keep, when I'm talking to people in the comment section about these tools and all that the whole purpose of any automated tool is to limit hand fatigue. If you think about it, because I had people saying, I'd just rather use my manual tool. And I'm thinking like, if you're only doing 1 or 2 connections, that's one thing. But if you're doing 10, 20 different crimps, why wouldn't you use something that's battery operated to make those connections? Because sooner or later your hand's going to get tired and it's just more, you're just exerting yourself more. It gets boring.
Yeah, like perfect example is actually myself. I have hand-arm vibration syndrome, so my hands don't work properly all the time. I don't have to be squeezing something all the time, and I can just pull a trigger. Why would I not?
Nick, in your job there, would you rather do it manually, or would you, if there was a tool designed for a specific task, would you use the battery-operated tool?
Oh, I'm 100% work smarter, not harder. If there is a tool out there that makes your job that much easier, go ahead and have it, get it. One of the big things I like, old school electricians will say, twisting wire nuts with your hand or your lineman's. Well, with that, you're doing a little wear and tear on your wrist. And I know many electricians who have carpal tunnel. They're older and they struggle getting wire nuts on now.
Yeah.
Well, there's a tool out there, and I love that thing. Like it attaches to your drill, like DeWalt with all their cool little attachments.
Yeah.
You just put your wire nut on there and send it.
Nice.
You don't want to send it too hard.
I was going to say,
before.
just send her right there. Bar none.
The wire goes straight through the wire nut, but it's like you got to be careful and you got to know what you're doing. But yeah, if there's a tool that makes it easier, great. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
I mean, we only have one body and it needs to last, and you need to make it to retirement. Don't want to be one of these old crippled guys where you retire and you only last a couple of years.
For sure. You always get the guys that are, I could do it faster with manual. Okay, and then when we get up to 50 times, who's doing it faster?
Exactly.
Exactly. I feel like I want to make a Dragon Ball Z reference. I felt like again, that's only because I've been watching the show, but it's like when just pick any opponent that was going up against the androids and like they were, remember their power level their energy level doesn't fade. They have this everlasting power. But the
their
other guys,
stamina is forever.
Yeah, so the other guys are all getting worn out. So they're like young buck, go at it right in the beginning there, but then eventually the other one's never tiring. So even though he may be the same power level, he's going to make it longer because the other one's going to run out of energy before him. So
for sure.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. For me, it's just like Nick said, you got to take care of yourself. And when you're young and you can bounce back really quick, that's great. But then as you get older, your body doesn't bounce back. I notice it more as I get older. Your body, you're waking up in the morning, and then I know you guys fully understand this stuff, but as you get older, you're waking up and you're feeling it a lot more the next day than you used to 10 years prior. You just gotta.
Yeah. Another aspect that people in the comments, why not have a specific tool for each thing? Why would you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to have a toolbox that you can open that has 5 different attachments and all you need is one tool?
Right.
I don't understand the logic here where people are saying it's not a great idea. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And for me, it's with the whole like tool for each thing, or if they're mentioning one brand, just get this brand. And it's maybe they're not invested in a certain tool brand already. And so they're not going to run out and get that particular tool because they don't have batteries. That you're going to have to buy batteries for it.
Yeah.
By the time you do that, the cost starts adding up. These, I feel, are adequately priced for what they are. And if you have an impact driver, which, by the way, these, for the most part, work with any impact driver brand. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them. It varies from person to person, so it's your own personal preference and what works for you. But it may not work for everybody. So
yeah, for sure. What do you guys think about the future of this? What do you guys want to see?
Oh, man, there's so much that you could come out of this.
Yeah.
Like, I know DeWalt, they have the cable gripper, the cordless cable gripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a device by itself. That's not on an impact. I would love to see them make one for the impact. That way you're not carrying this giant's the wrong word to use, but this decent sized power tool just for stripping cables. So it's just going to be this little tiny attachment you put on you're making up your switch gear, and it's just, I feel like it'd be so much faster.
Oh, yeah. And I come back to where people make comments. They're saying, then I have to have my impact. Then I have to take it off to put a screw in. I was like, it takes 2 seconds. Like, why would you not? In your case, you can strip the wire, pull it off, put the bit back in, and then hit the wire in. You know what I mean?
I mean, once you change these attachments out, like once or twice, they're fairly easy to click in.
Yeah.
It's for an impact.
I'm pretty
how
quick
easy
with
is it?
As far as what I would like to see, and I know it may never happen because I know what needs to go in, but it's like a pro press, basically something that can press copper.
Yeah.
But I don't know if an impact has that kind of power to do that. But
they'd have to gear it.
True.
I think we said this exact same thing last time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For me, like, I don't know what else plumbing wise. I mean, I feel like you could get creative and you could come out with things that, like, for moving like a tub drain, those kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you could classify, you could throw it in there with the same league as the inside pipe cutter, but copper cleaning brushes.
Yeah.
You could get creative on that, like outside or inside. But
like you were saying with the Pro Press, I'd like to see something for a cable crimper. Now that would be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
cable crimper, cable cutter. Like, you could do like the
because
like
you can cut
PVC
your pecs. Yep.
Yeah.
You could also
honestly, I think DeWalt is going in the right direction. There's so much that they can do with this.
You could technically, I mean, DeWalt already has these tools, but you could make them Impact Connect compatible, where you could do like a multi-tool or just like little variation, something that could just attach onto the impact that would work the same way for, getting in some tight spots or something like that. I feel like there's still tools out there that they could probably fit into this lineup here. And
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And this is just the beginning.
Yep.
Like, it's just going to get better and better from here on out.
Yep.
They should come out with a thing that you put in the impact that drives screws.
There you go. That's a $1 million idea right there.
Mind blown.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I think we pretty much touched all the bases here. All right. On that note, when we were talking about the movies, have you guys seen any movies recently that are good that have come out, or planning on seeing anything during Christmas?
Yeah, I'm excited to bring my kids to see Sonic 3.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, actually, and I think I told you in Chat Vader, but my 7-year-old, he hasn't actually been to the movie theater yet.
Oh.
Where this will be my first official outing with him to the theater, and I know that he's gonna flip when he sees the big screen and everything like that. Because like me and you, like we've seen dozens of movie theaters and things like that over the years, and it's like for somebody, when you see it for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, they make something this big.
Yeah.
That's like,
Just wait till he sees the popcorn.
Do they have Sonic 3 in IMAX so you can really blow his mind?
yeah, probably. But no, I'm excited about that movie. I'm glad. Did you hear what Jim Carrey said for why he came back?
The one thing I saw was where I just bought a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he said he bought a bunch of stuff and needed the money.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Especially around Christmas.
He did continue in that interview to say, no, he actually believed in the franchise.
Yeah, no, he does. He does a really good Dr. Robotnik, and definitely did good in the last two ones. We were actually watching a little bit of the first one the other day. I'm trying to watch 1 and 2 before I see 3, just to refresh my memory on everything. But yeah, I just finished up Cobra Kai, the second part of this last season. Did you end up seeing it, either one of you guys?
I haven't. I can't. I kept forgetting.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, you could wait. Like I said, it leaves on a cliffhanger, so then you got to wait till the spring to see the final 5 episodes or whatever.
I hate when they do that.
They're coming out with a new Karate Kid, right? With Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
It's going to tie into Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Basically, that's why they're dragging this thing out, I believe, is the movie comes out in May or April or something like that, and then the third part of this thing, the final part of this thing, comes out in the spring. So I feel like I don't want to give too much away, but there's this thing with Mr. Miyagi that's like a mystery that they keep dragging out, and I think they're going to crack the case on this thing, and it's going to lead into that movie. Yeah. So you definitely want to check it out before you see the movie, I think. But I like when the first part of this last season came out in June or July, whenever it came out. I know I was telling Nick about it because he went and binge watched all the
hardcore.
Jump in and see it when it first aired, because then I was like, they're only showing you 5 episodes, and they're going to show you another 5 episodes in November. And I'm like, I'm not going to, I hate doing that, like where you watch 5 and then you got to wait. So
yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, it's getting good.
Then they also tied it into the Mike Tyson fight.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even watch that fight. I just watched what everybody else was saying about it.
Yeah, because the fight was on Netflix, they showed the 2 main characters. I'm having a brain fart and can't think of their names. But yeah, they were there at the fight and promoting the new couple episodes of Cobra Kai, and it was cool to see them like there at the fight, even though the fight sucked. It was still cool to see them.
I just saw them promoting the Christmas Day NFL games.
Oh, where they were picking different teams because they couldn't see eye to eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Ralph Macchio just got the Walk of Fame star or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, no, he's getting a lot of things happening. It's all rightfully owed and everything like that, because that's one of my favorite movies of all time, was Karate Kid, growing up and everything. So I'm glad I'm sad that Cobra Kai's ending. I'm hoping that maybe this movie turns into a trilogy or something for him, so it's not the last that we see.
I'm sure it will.
I understand the show has to end because the kids are, they're not getting any younger. Storyline wise,
Cobra College.
Yes. Cobra Kai retirement home.
And they're all like, all the actors are moving on to bigger things. That one, the main guy, Miguel, he's the Blue Beetle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't want to give anything away, but you'll see in the show there, I feel like they favored one character over another because he's got so much going on for him outside of Cobra Kai. And it was like, hey dude, this is all I got. After the show's over, I don't have a lot of things lined up for me, if you know what I'm saying. Let me have the stardom or whatever, the little bit of fame that I got left here. But anyway, no, it's pretty good, man. And
I'm looking forward to Stranger Things. I have been waiting forever.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What I'm looking forward to is I don't know if it's a scene or if it's like if they're going to show it more than once, but like I was at a service call and I was fixing a line. It was a water line outside. Yeah. And
I'm excited to see
after I got done with
is.
the repair, I saw the customer and somehow we got talking about Stranger Things. I think she was just telling me about a show that was being filmed down the street. And I said, it wasn't Stranger Things by any chance. And she goes, oh, yeah. And she goes, and I was going, oh, I got to go check this thing out. So it was like this really old white church and they had it all fenced off and everything. And there was like these black, like vine looking things all spray painted all over,
down,
looking like the upside down. Yeah. So I'm excited. I posted it on Instagram because I was like, let this be like a frame of reference in case it's like
a reminder.
Yeah, it's like you heard it from me first. It's fun. Yeah, I'm excited to see that conclude. Again, that was kind of the same thing. Those kids aren't getting any younger. I remember when season 1 came out, how young everybody looked there and how old they are now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with.
Yeah. Oh, and so that made me think of Thunderbolts because of what's his name's in that. I'm excited about that in the summer. There's a couple. You got the new Superman movie from James Gunn coming out in the summer, and I'm trying to think of. The Captain America that's coming out in February. We had some good stuff coming out.
I mean, and plus,
I'm looking forward to it.
Deadpool and Wolverine just came out on digital.
So. Oh yeah, yep, that was a good one.
Oh man,
I'm excited to see where.
It's been too long.
I'm excited and I'm cautious about where Marvel's going with this thing, but I'm hoping that Captain America and Thunderbolts, especially with Thunderbolts, I'm actually more excited about Thunderbolts than Captain America because of Sentry. I'm hoping they do that guy justice. And
I just want, as long as in Thunderbolts they have Thunderbolt Ross, like they have to have the fucking Red Hulk in the Thunderbolts.
I feel like that he's going to probably be in that only because he's going to be introduced, the Red Hulk's going to be introduced in Captain America first. And they might be doing that on purpose. Because like I actually thought, and we'll wait till the movie comes out to discuss it, but like why did that make sense to put him in that movie? They could have gone a different direction. I don't know how that factors in, but we'll see.
As long as it's not the end of the Hulk, the original, where Tony Stark shows up, he's on assembling a team. If it's Thunderbolt Ross at the end of the credits and that's all he says, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, we got a lot happening in Marvel that we're not going to talk about, but you got the Doctor Doom and all this other stuff, though, these different changes, and I'm hearing Chris Evans coming back.
This whole discussion is an episode in itself.
I know, we don't need to get into that, but
I want to see how Jim Hopper becomes the Red Guardian.
Yeah. Oh, you remember? No, but you remember, right?
Because
he got Black Widow.
Yeah.
He got stuck in the Upside Down and sent to that Russian prison and then became the Red Guardian.
That sounds like one of those YouTube videos, like where the guys...
conspiracies, man.
The guys, like, where they keep flashing back and forth from a date or something, and it shows the guy's face, and he's looking at it with that whole Luigi Mangio, whatever guy.
Yeah.
Like where it's like 287. It's like, what does that number mean? Anyways.
Illuminati. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yes. All right, guys. It was good talking to you. I love talking about Christmas movies. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas season and hope our audience is as well. And we're going to try to get on here a little bit more often heading into 2025. But with that said, I'm going to end this show with the good old This Is the Way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Make work your favorite. That's your favorite, okay?
Okay.
Work is your new favorite.
Fine.
It's time for the announcement. Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God!